R cubed.
Yep.
Let's go. NBA.
I don't think we should be RQ because GameCube was a shit system, and no one likes anything.
This isn't anything with that.
I liked GameCube, dude. Back in the day, when they first came out, that had the best graphics. Like, because that's when remember, it was NFL 2K. Remember, like NFL 2K5, and those were always the best football games that came out.
They were on GameCube.
All right, so this is preview of the NBA season. Recording this on a Monday. Season starts tomorrow somehow. It used to be Halloween, not anymore. So we're going to go through each team, talk a little bit about it if there's anything to talk about. Otherwise, we're going to talk about the over-under number of wins for the team and what team you like, what team you don't like, maybe some odds to win division. So we're going to start with the East, and we're going to talk with the Atlantic Division. So we have Nets, 76ers, Celtics, Knicks, and Raptors. So division odds real quick. Nets are minus 270 to win the division. Obvious, right? The favorite. 76ers plus 350. Celtics plus 1,000. Knicks plus 3,000. Raptors plus 5,000. I personally think the value here is the Celtics.
I agree.
Would you agree?
10-1.
Yeah, 10-1.
I mean, you could throw down money to throw down money, but I really think the Nets do what they need to do again.
I would like to think so. They're minus 270, but I feel like I would never bet on that because injuries, they're one injury away from not winning that division, and Kyrie is a question mark. So we're going to start with the Nets here real quick, and the Nets are at 55.5. That's their over-under, minus 115. Pretty high number. I think they're going to wait for the playoffs. I have under here.
I'm curious what.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the responsible.
Yeah, let him go
You
last.
guys are more in tune with them.
Yeah. What do you think? 55.5 wins. They went 56 to win the bet.
Yeah, I like the under on this one too. I think a lot of games I think the NBA more and more, unless you really start off super hot, which could happen, I think it's more likely that they just need to get to the playoffs and do what they need to do. They want to have a high enough seed, and I think the rest is what's important. Hey, Erica. I think 76ers were at 50.5.
We'll get that team. So you're saying under.
Yep.
I'm under as well on the Nets at under 55.5.
Lock it down.
Yeah.
Lock it down. Next team, 76ers. They're plus 350 to win the division. Their number is 50.5. Also negative 115. I have under in this as well. With the Ben Simmons questions, I feel like they're still going to be a top 4 team, but you don't need to win 51 games to get to top 4 in the East. I think they're more a 47-48 win team. Rest them beat a little bit. What do you got?
I am also an under guy. I think there's some strategy to kind of staying in that realm with the 76ers, with the Ben Simmons question. Joel Embiid tends to get injured a little bit of time. Again, a team that wants to get in the playoffs, but I think 51 games is a stretch when there's 72.
Here's the way I look at it. If Simmons is not there, which I think a lot of people expect him not to be, it's Embiid. Who's their second best player?
Tobias Harris.
All right, so if you're looking at the Nets, who's the Nets' second best player?
James Harden.
Yes.
KD.
Well,
I drafted James Harden. He's number 1.
Fantasy is.
My point is if Embiid is their best player and he's going to play 60% of the games, like how are they going to win 51 games, right? Like they're going to
again.
So again, I'm under on that as well.
Celtics 46.5.
Yeah.
I'm going to go first on this one, and I think under.
Really?
I know you're sitting over here with your thumbs up like that's some type of slam dunk bet.
Yeah, it
but
is. 46.5 over.
Like, finish what you're saying.
I think they win 46.
Oh.
I think Vegas knows, and this is a trap.
Okay.
You like the over?
Because I think everyone's going to sit here saying, over. Over.
They got a new coach. I don't even know who it is, but I don't need to know who it is.
Yeah, it's real quick, simple for me. I think of Tatum as he's going to be a top 3 MVP candidate this year. Jaylen Brown's underrated. I think Brad Stevens was just at the end of his rope last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the team quit on him.
Well, he's in the GM role now.
I understand that, but he was done. He's done what he did. He could do there, and now he's moved on.
They won 36 games.
Who did?
Yeah,
last year. Wow.
Yeah, and they struggled mightily. So
don't bet the over.
I'm on the over, just simply because everyone else right now above them I have on the under. So
they were a soft team last year, and Kemba Walker was really bad.
They're going to be a better team this year.
Yeah, not saying Schroeder's a better player than Kemba Walker, but Schroeder brings some toughness that Kemba Walker was not bringing.
At their peak, they went 46.
Okay. Knicks plus 3,000 to win the division, 42.5 minus 110. Easy over for me. Easy over. They brought in Kemba Walker, who I just stood on. But, Julius Randle has some things to prove after that playoff series against the Hawks, where he just played terribly. I feel like they're a regular season team. I feel like Tibbs only wins 44 games. And RJ Barrett step up. I feel like Mitchell Robinson is going to stay healthy, give them some nice depth in the middle. And Randle is a dark horse MVP candidate.
Slam this one. Over.
Okay, thank you.
They've added... the
hungry Kemba, right?
They won, a hungry Kemba. They know their players' roles. Julius Randle, stud. RJ Barrett, another guy who's again not a rookie anymore and getting seasoned. They won 41 games last year. They're gonna hit that number. I honestly feel like that's one of those sleeper ones where I would heavily get in on that.
I've already bet it, so.
Why are you ordering DoorDash steak
and
shake?
I'm not. I was looking at their depth chart. They have Derrick Rose, and they also have Emmanuel Quickly, who showed pretty well last year. Alex Burks. They have some backcourt depth. And Obi Toppin, who they drafted really high, I feel like is going to have a role. And Nerlens Noel is a good backup center. They have some depth. They have Tibbs. Let's go.
I'm going under here.
Wow.
Ew.
Whoa.
Just so watching the Knicks.
They're gonna have a worse year.
Yeah, watching the Knicks. I think they overperformed last year. Watching the Knicks when they started playing playoff teams towards the end of last year, and obviously in the playoffs, they were easily outmatched. I don't know that Kemba Walker is much of a difference. So.
Okay, next team, Raptors, plus 5,000 to win the division, and 35.5, but that's minus 130 if you want to bet the over.
They don't do it, they're an under. I think when you're betting, consistency is key, and when you're one of those guys who's like over, under, you tend to kind of be wrong. And I think if you're going to actually take some of this information and apply it to your sports book, this is another team you're going to want to go under. I think how many games did they win last year? Anyone know the quick stat on that?
No, but it wasn't
under 30.
Yeah, it was like 30. No, it wasn't.
Probably right.
It was under 30.
Right,
I was say 32.
All right, we have to look this up.
I'll give you a couple.
27.
Oh, wow.
They are not going to hit this number.
Right. They brought in Goran Dragic, but they lost Kyle Lowry. Fred VanVleet's their best player. Siakam's out for a while. OG, as we like him, it doesn't move the needle. Kem Birch is their starting center because Boucher is out.
Powell,
I do like Scotty Barnes. That dude's a dog. Yeah, I like him a lot. Not for fantasy. Gary Trent Jr., someone to keep an eye on. He's a chucker. So I have under, you have under, and Caps?
I'm going over. I think losing Kawhi, I don't think they expected to lose him after what had happened.
Fast forward 2 years.
So at the time when they had Kawhi, the GM, I forget his name, was the cream of the crop, right? He was the future GM. I think we're in a little bit of a transition period since Kawhi left, because at the time he was arguably a top 3, not the best player in the league, right? I think they're a proud team. They're a veteran team. They're an experienced team. I think Lowry was expecting to leave the whole time. Now Dragic comes in and has an opportunity to prove that he's a really good player. So
over.
over 35.5. I'll take it.
All right. We're moving on to Central here. Bucks, minus 800 to win the division. So you got to lay down $800 to win a hundo there. Bulls, plus 900. Pacers, plus 1,100. Cavs, plus 15,000. Pistons, plus 15,000. So clearly the Cavs and Pistons are in the cellar.
And the Bucks over at 54.5.
Yes. So we'll talk about the Bucks first. 54.5, minus 115. I have over for this one. I don't like it, but I feel like I like the Bucks over more than the Nets, and I have the Nets as an under. Bucks are just too deep. I feel like the Nets aren't deep, and the Bucks can rest guys. They have your Pat Connaughtons of the world. They have guys that are just going to play hard, and I like their coach. Budenholzer's good. It's a little mini Tibbs thing. I like 54.5 over.
I think Bucks are going to win 50. I'm going under here. I think, they need to compete this year because they've got a couple of better teams now that have a little more pieces under them, but they still don't need to do enough. They don't need to do a lot to win the division. When you're competing with the Bulls, let's say, or maybe the Pacers, 50 wins will get the job done. I think you need to load up for the playoffs. I think you can't overdo it. I think the Bucks are a team that used to be one of those guys that are like, we're tryhards, we got to always get it done. And I think now that they have gotten it done, they need to be a little bit smarter. You're going to see maybe even some Giannis rest games.
Yeah. What was it, 54?
Crazy
stuff. They don't need him though because we saw what happened against the Hawks.
Giannis is a guy who never rested.
Oh, I know. They can still win without Giannis because we saw Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton step up. They can do that. They can rotate resting one of their big three and still win games. What do you got?
To me this is pretty easy over. They're the best team in the league.
Yeah.
I was talking before about Middleton and Holiday. They might be a 51 team without Giannis. Thank you. So 54, and I think Giannis makes. He's probably a 10-game difference. I think that the Bucks are going to be pushing closer to 60 wins than they are 50.
All right. I touched you a lot because last podcast you were on the first time. By the way, thanks to Reibread here for coming in and co-hosting. And
absolutely.
Absolutely. Jack Doyle. Ah!
You love the Reibread. No,
we do. Yeah, he's a good guy, and
I still don't think the Bucks are going to do well, though. But
okay, you're off the show.
Yes.
No, why I say that is because last pod, the first time, you may have been a little bit nervous. You touched me so much. In my belly, you were just always touching me. And I don't know why you did that, and I'm not complaining.
I think it's because you're like the Pillsbury Doughboy, and every time I saw a commercial, I'm pretty sure they touched them.
Yeah, for sure, I am. All right, Bulls, plus 900 to win the division, 43.5 over under. That's minus 120 if you want to bet the over.
Mm-hmm.
I have over. This was a tough one for me because I like that number. I feel like they're going to be right around 500, but they're an exciting team. I feel like they have some depth now, and give me over. I think 46.
Under. I hate to sound like I hate on basketball teams winning games, but this is a deep fucking league.
Yeah.
It's deep.
Yeah.
And there's rest days, there's all this crazy factors that come into it.
You just go under on every
bunch
team?
of pieces. I'm not going to go under on every team, but I'm going to give you what I think is going to realistically win you some money. I don't want to sit here and just BS. I want the people out there that are listening to this to actually win some money.
Okay.
My sportsbook account's growing. It's not going negative.
And real quick, nice. These are mostly leans. If it's a hard, for me, I have a couple for sure's. And I'm going to tell you those, it's going to be a lock, right? We're all going to have our locks. Safe to say none of these so far have been locked for us, right?
Knicks. I already claimed
the
it as
Bucks
a lock.
possibly for me is a lock, but I'm not going to put it there. Knicks. Okay, Knicks for me as well as a lock. We'll go both of us locks on Nick. Locks on Nick.
This is a copycat league.
Yeah. All right, next team.
Julian Edelman said it best.
Next team. Pacers, plus 1,100 to win the division. 42.5 over, under.
I
Did you
didn't
not
say
have your
Bulls.
Bulls? Sorry.
Bulls, I'm going to go. I'll go over it real quick.
Yeah.
And then
any reason?
The talent they added around them, new management, new coaching. I think they're on the upswing.
All right, cool. So Pacers, plus 1,100, 42.5, minus 115 for that number. I have over for the Pacers. And I wanted to make this a lock, but I'm not because there's a lot of injury questions. Brogdon's not starting the season. Levert's out for about a month. And, those guys are pretty integral to what they do.
Yeah.
So I still have over, though. I feel like I had it last year and they actually fucked me, but I love Sabonis. I think they have some depth pieces, and I do like Carlisle as a coach. He's tried and true. That man can, manage any team. He's a Thibodeau. Any team he has is going to have 42 wins. So
the Pacers are going to perform, in my opinion, the same as they did last year.
Okay, which would be an under, though.
Which would be an under. I hate to go there again, but, again, it's a deep league in the sense that, you're not going to see your 72-win teams this year.
No.
Yeah. And I think if you look historically last year at over-unders, people going unders were heavy in the money.
Right. And real quick, though, I do have a nugget on the Pacers here. Sabonis, 65-1. I drafted him in fantasy. Also, mad scientist scoring league. Sabonis, 65-1 to win MVP. Yeah. I like that bet.
I like those odds. Yeah, for sure.
It's a Jokic recipe, right?
Yeah, for me, the Pacers, they're an under. They're a good team.
I said under.
Yeah, they're a good team, but they're not. They're going to compete. They're going to be
on camera.
They're going to be competing for the play-in spot. Maybe that's what I'm expecting. Actually the next team I'm expecting to outperform the Pacers team.
Wow, the Pistons?
The Cavs, I think he means.
Oh yeah, sorry, Cavs plus 15,000 to win the division. 27.5 over under -115 to bet that over. I actually have over with that one as well. I've had a lot of overs.
This might be, if you want to talk about a hammer, this might be one of my hammers.
Really?
The over, yeah.
I like the team. But I don't feel like it's a hard over. Sure. You're saying this is a lot for you.
It might so far, but
yeah. What do you got, Rob?
I think they've added, they're another year more developed, and I think as a team that to hit the over has to win basketball games to hit that over.
Generally, that's the formula.
Did you like that statement?
That's the formula, generally.
Just wanted to make sure we're on the same page with that.
Win the games, yeah.
They're not going to do it.
Another under.
Yeah.
Another under.
All right.
No, for me, it's...
Who did they add? And maybe I'm coming up short
Mobley.
here.
Markkanen, Mobley, some front court depth. Jared Allen, a full year there. He only came at the trade deadline last year.
I just think, here's what I like about him, is 27 wins is you're projecting him as a bottom 5 to 16 in the league.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I think I have never seen the Cavs stop trying to win since LeBron left. He left, came back, they tried to win. He's gone, they're still trying to win. I think they're adding some talented guys. They're underappreciated. If I'm going to make a bet, I think, especially in this division, because it's the Bucks and it seems like everyone else. The Cavs, if they overperform a little bit, they can beat most every team in that division besides the Bucks, and I think they can steal some wins that way.
See, I'm staying away from all bottom teams in there, whether it be the Pistons or even somebody of the likes of the Magic. I think,
sure,
if there were a team that I was going to go bottom feed off of, the only team I might look at would be the Magic, given the favorable 22-game line, 22.5. I think that, they've got pieces to repeat. And I think, hey, 2 extra games isn't enough to scare me away from putting it up there as another bet I'd favor.
All right, Pistons, plus 15,000 again. So the Cavs and Pistons, they're saying has 0 chance to win the division, which obviously because the Bucks are there.
I'm not predicting any.
We shouldn't even read those odds. 25.5 for the Pistons, so 2 less than the Cavs, -110 for that one. I have under for sure on this one.
I'm under too.
Definitely under.
Under.
I mean, I like Cade Cunningham, but he's a project, and he's going to have a lot of turnovers. He's not ready to be, a primetime leader. Although and the thing is, I feel like they're going to be sellers. Jeremy Grant played well last year. I took him in fantasy. I'll tell you why I took him in fantasy, because I had the guys like Porzingis and Brogdon.
Why are you looking at me? I'm not caring about your team.
Well, I feel like they're going to trade Jeremy Grant, right?
They're not going to trade him.
At the trade deadline, they are, because he's going to be he's a solid basketball player. So 25.5. I project the Pistons to win about 16 games this year. Probably the worst team in the league. They would continue to tank. Why wouldn't they? Get that number 1 pick again. You get Cade Cunningham, then you get another number 1 pick. Love it. Like, there's no point in them winning 25 games.
Yeah, I'm under there. I don't have a strong enough feeling.
I might lock that one, but I'm not going to. I think I already bet the
as well.
I'm under. I would lock it, and I would say that they're not the team that'll be under 20, but they're not winning 25, 26 games.
So not surprising anyone.
All right, let's go to the southeast here. I don't know why they have these weird like Atlantic, Southeast. It's not uniform at all. It's the NBA. Heat. So here's the division though. In a vacuum, as I like to say.
There you go.
Mom, stop disturbing me when I'm cleaning my room. Heat minus 125 to win the division. Hawks plus 130. Hornets plus 1500. Wizards plus 2200 and Magic plus 15,000. So Heat 54.5 is the number. That's a hard under for me. Hard under for me. And I'll tell you the reason why is that I know they're going to be a good team. Butler's got a lot of miles on him. Lowry has a lot of miles on him. They're going to be resting those guys. Unless Tyler Hero steps up and goes back to what he was 2 years ago in the finals, they're a 48-win team.
You guys are a gassy podcast.
We are gassy guys. What do you got? Oh, you've never burped before. Fucking asshole. Oh, he's touching me again. Now he's getting comfortable. The beers are kicking in, man.
These 8.1s from Riverlands Brewing. Oh. Sorry, 8%. Dragon, Soul Bond, Hazy, Double IPAs.
New sponsor here.
Check them out. Everything they've got over there is great.
It smells delicious.
No gas, no indigestion.
Yeah. It doesn't make you burp. Yeah. What do you got in the Heat? I got under.
Under. Big
Dude,
time.
you have under in every team in the East.
Smash it. No, I don't. Wow. I've already said an over.
The next four better all be overs, or you're going to have, like, legit 11 unders and 4 overs in the
That's
East.
okay. I'm prepared to lose a little, but I'm prepared to win.
Oh, the West is just going to crush it. Any reason for under smash it? Is that a lock? Or
I look at it and I say, okay, the Heat won 40 games last year. They need to win 55.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big believer in better seasons. But when I do the math on those percentages, I say, whoa. How are they going to be 25% better?
Is Lowry worth 15 games?
No.
Is Lowry going to make a team 25% better?
Is he 15 games better than Dragic? No chance now.
He's not Mike Lowry.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Like
reference.
Yeah. But with Dragic, he was there. He did fine. I mean, is Lowry 15 games better than Dragic?
No. They are the Miami Ice.
I'm under as well. They remind me of the Seahawks that have been kind of overperforming for 3 or 4 years, and finally things start to catch up with them a little bit.
All right, Atlanta Hawks plus 130 to win the division. 46.5. That's gonna bet it's minus 120. This is a lock. This is my number 1 lock. This is over. Hawks gonna roll this year. Now the parallel is this jersey back here. This man, all about Kyler Murray, all about the fucking Cardinals before the year. They're 6-0. That was, he was the only one in the world that was that high. I promise you, dude. Our whole podcast is based on that.
No, I was.
Well, we put it on fucking YouTube. All right, and
I didn't have a chance.
The Hawks and the Cardinals, very similar parallels to me. Trae Young, Kyler Murray, very similar, man. They've been doubted. They're small. Guess what? They're fucking elite, and the depth on this team is unbelievable. 46.5, lock of the year. Bet it. Everything.
Their more season playoff performance is going to carry over. They're going to win games. I'm not as confident in what he's saying. I do think this is an over. I think they're going to win 50 games this year.
Yeah,
I think 55.
No, the over is a hard hit for me as well. Simply because
Rob's betting it as we speak.
No, I already have. I'm trying to look what the odds are. Go ahead.
Simply because the Heat, if they're projected to win the division at 54, we all say under. I don't see the Magic being competitive against the Hawks. I don't see the Wizards or the Hornets being competitive against the Hawks. So,
nice. Wow. A couple bets I have made though that I love is the Hawks' most regular season wins. This is in the whole league, 60-1. I like that.
In the whole league, most regular season wins?
Yeah, that's tougher.
You're just like throwing bets at funny shit?
This is one I like.
No, it's 60-1.
This is one I like, though. This is one I like. The Hawks will be the number 1 seed in the East, 30-1. I really like that one.
That's nice.
I really like that one.
Thing is, they're going against the
Nets.
Not going to do They're going against the Nets and the Bucks.
Okay. Yeah, the resting teams.
But didn't you guys both pick the Nets and the Bucks to have unders? And the Hawks.
I had over for Bucks, but
okay. Well, either way, they they have a chance. They're definitely a top 5 team in the East, top 3 maybe. Yeah. And if you're getting 30-1 odds to within a 5-game stretch, like at 60-1 versus 4-1 if you were to take the Bucks, right?
All day. And real quick, this is why is their depth, right? Kevin Huerter, he's not the best fantasy player. Kevin Huerter is badass, man. He could run the point. He can play 2. Yeah. Cam Reddish, when they needed him most, when he finally came back from injury, balled out. Like him a lot. He's a dog. He's got confidence.
Did you read the Yahoo blurb? Because the Yahoo blurb told me that Cam Reddish was going to be a key part of their team.
No, not at all. I watched with my eyes. DeAndre Hunter, it was hurt last year. They didn't have him for the playoffs, and when he came back, he wasn't 100%. They got him. Bogdanovich, guy's a fucking sharpshooter, okay? So they have 4 guys for 2 spots. Lou Williams as the 5th guy. Love that. And then they're up. They don't have as much depth up front, but they have John Collins and Capella. So if one of them go down, they just, play that guy more minutes. And then Jalen, I think it's Jalen Green, not Jalen Green. The guy they drafted from is either North Carolina or Duke. He was profiled as the 2nd or 3rd best athlete in the draft. They got him 16th overall. That is their depth piece at power forward. He's 6'9". I feel like he could have a role. And the depth we're talking about there, Kevin Huerter as your 8th guy, dude, that guy can ball.
So over 46.5.
Over, hit that hammer. That's my lock. Baby.
So we got Heat under, we got Hawks over.
Yeah. So Hornets plus 1,500 win the division, 38.5, and that's only minus 105. I have over for the Hornets. I like LaMelo Ball.
The overs,
I like what they're doing there.
The over is 105.
It's minus 105 for the over. So it's good odds there. You think it's fishy, but. I like the team. I like PJ Washington. I love Miles Bridges. Gordon Hayward resurgence. They got a lot of good players, and I feel like they could win 41 games.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna look at the Hornets as the Knicks last year.
Yeah,
and I think they'll squeak out 40. I think I like the favorable odds on that one. That's one I would sprinkle some money on to say that, LaMelo Ball is so hungry, so much to prove. He's going to energize guys to do more than they were expected to do. I'm saying over.
And what I like is they got rid of Devontae Graham, who I like Devontae Graham, but he was they didn't have a set rotation last year. So getting rid of Devontae Graham is saying, let's go. Scary Terry, you're playing 36 minutes a night, right? LaMelo Ball, you're playing all the minutes you can handle. And those 2 guys in the backcourt are the perfect complements, right? Scary's a chucker. LaMelo's a fucking setup guy. You got PJ Washington. You got Miles Bridges. You got Gordon Hayward. I like that. They don't have a lot of interior defense. They're going to be an up-and-down team in terms of high scoring. But you could do worse than that team.
Yeah.
What do you
got? This is a hard under for me.
Wow.
I do not trust LaMelo Ball and Terry Rozier leading the backcourt.
They're knuckleheads
against any competent backcourt. It's Hayward's nice, but I think you replace him with Bogdanovich and you get the same production. Hayward's a little bit more controlled. It's a hard under for me. I'll say that much.
All right, the Wizards. Plus 2,200 win the division, 33.5 over under, and you have to bet it's negative 125 for that over. 33.5. I have over for the Wizards.
Under.
This is close.
Russell. It's over.
This is close.
They're
I like
Spencer
Dinwiddie though.
Might trade.
Okay.
It's an under.
And I like the thing is I like Kuzma, who's hungry. I like Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie is a super underrated player, and then Bradley Beal finally getting to run the show again. You don't need to win. You can go 35 and fucking 45 or whatever it is, 47. 35 and 47 get you the win.
Here's what I'll say about their team. Watch the spread each individual game because they're going to keep it close with guys that want to keep it close.
This year's Detroit Lions for the NBA, right? I think they have some fight in them. They're
not going to win the games?
Yeah, I think so.
But they're not going to hit, and they're going to be under.
You have under? It's a tough one, right? I have tough as well.
This one is tough to, this reminds me so much of Detroit because I think Detroit, like you said, Reibread, has the opportunity to stay. Washington has the opportunity to stay close in every game. But, what does that mean? I bet the over under preseason on Detroit Lions 5. obviously that's not going to hit, but they've covered every single game.
You can't say push because it's 33.5.
No, I know.
Sounds like he wants to push.
Fuck it. I'll go over. All
right. Magic. Last team. Bad team. Plus 15,000. 22.5. That's their number. That's the lowest in the Eastern Conference. Minus 120 to bet that over. So obviously,
I'm going to start off here because I have to piss real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm going under.
Yes.
Under.
Any reason?
They suck. I don't know.
I also am going under, and this is one of my locks. One of my locks. As much as I love Jalen Suggs, lock it under. They're going to win about 17 games.
Yeah, there's got to be a team that wins less than 20.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, I think this is going to be the Magic.
Is it a lock for you?
I wouldn't say it's a lock because they won 21 last year and they're adding some sparks. But what I will say
Anthony,
is,
I like him.
They're going to hang around 20, and I wouldn't be shocked if they were 19. Because again, there has to be a team.
If there's a team that's going to win 14 games this year, would you agree it's the Magic?
No.
You have a worse team.
I have a worst.
Is it the Pistons?
I look at the Rockets and I say
they have some playmakers.
They're gonna stay under 20 again.
Okay. All right, so we'll be back with the Western Conference. CAPPA left us. We have a chance to do our own podcast, Rye. What do you want to talk about? Let's see. Blackout's way better than Warzone.
No one agrees with that.
By the way, I have 1,817 Blackout wins. How many Warzone wins do you have?
I have enough wins to keep me relevant.
Oh.
In a conversation where no one cares about the game you're talking about.
Cool. He's back. 3-way pound. Rob! Squared.
Order.
This will be 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, squared.
It broke.
No.
Over-unders real quick.
Lakers.
R-cubed. All right. Western Conference. A little quicker here. Pacific Division. I'm running on the odds real quick. Lakers
a little quicker, like Rob Sex game.
Yeah. Lakers plus 100 to win the division. Suns plus 215. Warriors plus 425. Clippers plus 850. And Kings plus 15,000. Lakers 52.5. Over under. You're getting plus 105 odds on this one.
Over under 52.5.
Over. They have something to prove. And while they're old, they're going to win.
Under for me.
Over, under. The division I'm not too happy. I'm not too excited about. I'll take the over.
All right. Russ is a nice thing. I see why you did that. Okay. Suns 51.5 plus 100. I have over.
Actually, I really like this over.
I love the over on this one.
Yeah, well. I think they win the division. What's the division odds?
Plus 215.
I like that. I think that's a good bet.
Mm-hmm.
What a stinger. Suns in 4, and you choke.
Right. Warriors plus 425 to win the division. 47.5 minus 110. I have over for this as well.
When does Clay come back?
Christmas.
Okay, so a month.
No, Christmas. That Thanksgiving's a month. Yeah. Christmas isn't 2 months, bro.
Wrong holiday. Bro.
Well, I celebrate my religion.
Yeah.
But no, I'll take. I think they win 45
Don't be
games.
so unsure.
45. I think they won 45. I think it's close.
Under. What do you got?
I think it's close, but they're under.
It's under.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're hurt. They don't have all their pieces.
Right. Tough West.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Okay. Clippers plus 850 to win the division. 45.5 plus 110 to bet the over. Under for sure.
Overrated.
This is for sure under for me.
Clippers at 45. I honestly think this is an over.
Yeah?
They won more games last year. I know that they're going through some struggles right now, but I think they're a team that will win 46. And I think,
very light over.
Clippers are important.
Over.
Rob won't be using them for long.
I see 42 wins. Under. 42.
Yeah, for sure under. I have like 39. Kings, 36.5.
Under. I'll start here. I'll go over.
Under.
I'll go over. I think the Kings will win more games than the Clippers this year.
Wow, bold statement. What do you got?
under, and they aren't winning more games.
All right, well, that makes sense. Look at us. This is rapid fire shit, boys. Southwest Division. Why don't they just call it the South or the West? Fuck you, NBA. Mavs, minus 230 to win the division. Grizzlies, plus 350. Pelicans, plus 700. Spurs, plus 2,500. And Rockets, plus 15,000.
Some interesting ones here.
Mavs, 48.5, and you're getting even odds, plus 100. This is a for sure easy. I'm going to lock this one up. Over.
Reibread.
Lock it.
It's a tough league. And you know what? They haven't added. I think Luka has magic, but you know what? No one when Luka was being drafted was like, Luka. And I think I'm kind of back on that train in the sense that this is another under in which they're going to do better than last year, but they aren't going to do 48.
This is 48.5?
Yeah.
I'll take the over. I'll bet on Luka. This is a bet on Luka continuing his upward trajectory.
Yeah, this is going to be his MVP year. Although I like Sabonis and Trae Young for MVP. All right, Grizzlies, plus 350 to win the division, 41.5, and it's minus 120 to bet that over. I have an easy over on this one. I like the team. I love John Morant. Jaren Jackson's getting healthy. I like what they're doing there. Although Dylan Brooks is hurt to start the year, give me the over on the Grizzlies.
I like the over on this one as well, too. They're a young team, only going to grow.
And I think they won like 42 last year.
They win 36 games. They're under.
Oh, wow.
They won 38.
No, this year. 36.
Yeah, okay.
They're going to have a worse year.
I think so.
You think so?
Hater.
Yeah, Hater for sure. Josh Hader.
I guess
You racist fuck.
Shit.
Watch your tweets, son.
Shit, you're right.
Well, because Josh Hader was
Let me
racist.
delete my... I have to go back and delete some emails.
He's not racist.
Josh Hader from the Brewers?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No.
A couple years ago in the All-Star game, like some of his tweets when he was 18 years old, that someone leaked him, of course, when he was pitching in the All-Star game. And he's, kind of a farm boy.
Bum.
Yeah. Shouldn't have voted, hey, just a boy. All right. Pelicans, plus 700 win the division. 38.5, plus 100. Now, that means it's obviously minus 120 to go under. I'm going under, though, with the Zion Williamson questions, although I drafted him in fantasy. He wants to get out of there. I love Brandon Ingram, like some of the other pieces, but this is an under.
Under as well.
I'm going over. New coach, young team ascending. Got rid of Lonzo, allowed for Ingram, Zion, had some more opportunities. They're better players than Lonzo was in that system.
All right.
I'll take the over.
Cool. Spurs, plus 2,500 to win the division, 28.5, minus 125. This is, it's got some fucking Patriots parallels right here, man. Like, great coach, proud franchise, bad team. And, if you had bet on the Patriots were what? It's crazy because Patriots this year were like 9.5 over under.
Yeah.
That's not looking good right now.
Nope.
And this number's really low. I still have under. I still have
28.5.
under on the Spurs. 28.5.
Wow.
Right.
It's even odds.
I'm going
about the
over.
under. Okay.
This is
You
a
aren't coached by
hammer
one of the
over, right?
greatest
Really?
coaches ever.
If they don't win, I'm sorry, Ryan.
No, go.
All I'm saying, if they don't win if they don't, 34 wins, I think. I think they're.
I don't think they outperformed last year, but I think they definitely hit the over on this one.
30 wins. Right?
Popovich ain't losing 30 games.
They also
Right.
have
I mean,
no
winning
talent,
less than
though.
30.
They have no
Right,
talent.
Exactly.
Who do they lose and who do they gain? It doesn't matter. It's a wash.
They got rid of Aldridge, who's already gone. Rudy Gay was already gone. DeRozan didn't want to be there.
Okay.
Maybe
Maybe I should bet this now because I think I might be wrong. Can I switch my pick?
To me, this is a heavy over. To me, I think.
Okay. Yeah, you do have to weigh 125 to bet the over.
They made 2 decades where they won 50 games.
Will you lay 125 to bet the over?
I need to look into it more, but I'm saying just for the number's sake.
Yeah, and you're both
Over.
Okay. I'm gonna say wash.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Close, yeah.
All right,
Take a
Rockets.
shower. Wash.
Rockets 26.5 minus 120. I have under on this one, although I think they're going to be exciting. They're going to be a fun league pass team. No defense, and they're going to be losing 131 to 146 quite a bit.
Under.
This is his lock,
Heavy
right?
under. I already said that.
26.5. If they somehow get Kyrie Irving, I'll hammer the under. But the fact that they don't have him yet, no. 26. I'll take the under regardless.
Kyrie, you're a fucking turd.
I'm hoping Kyrie goes so they might win 8 games.
Can we all pound Kyrie's a turd right here?
No.
Can you pound it? I'll pound myself. That just means I get to jerk off.
You pound yourself off.
Just jerk
you
off.
pound yourself all the time. What else?
Let's get this about basketball.
Not me jerking myself.
What else we got?
All right, now we're on to the Northeast here.
Jazz.
I'll give you the odds real quick. Jazz minus 260 to win the division. Nuggets plus 320. Blazers plus 800. T-Wolves plus 10,000. Thunder are plus 50,000. Wow.
That's an odd I love.
You bet 100, you can win 50 grand on the Thunder win that division. Not going to happen because the Jazz are a well-oiled regular
But those are great
machine.
odds, right?
They're good odds. So we're going to start with the Jazz here. 52.5 minus 120. This is an easy over. I may make this a lock. I'm going to probably bet on this.
Jazz at 52, huh?
Yeah, that's low.
Think so?
I mean, they're a great... Look at that division, dude. The Nuggets are beat up. The Blazers, I don't know about Dame, the question marks. Give me the over on the Jazz.
What do you say? What say you, Reibread?
Yeah, what do you say you, Reibread?
I think the Jazz need to do what they did last year, which they won 52. I look at this number and I say, you know what?
Are they better?
Anyone coming off of a loss has some hunger. Despite a tough early stretch, if they can get hot early on in the league and have another 17-1, 17-2, whatever they were start,
yeah,
you're gonna see them hit this number.
So you said
Over.
You said over?
Yeah.
Over. I like Mitchell as a MVP dark horse.
Spider!
I'll take the over. I like the MVP. I'll bet on MVP.
All right. Nuggets plus 320 to win the division. 47.5. Obviously, Jamal Murray is out most likely for the rest of the year. If he comes back, if he comes back, it's going to be with like 10 games left in the regular season. So it's not going to affect this bet.
Yeah, no bueno.
And if he does come back, it's going to be load management, whatever. So 47.5 minus 110. I have under for them. Sad to say, because they're a proud team. I love Jokic. I feel like Jokic
Top
put on
seed last year,
so many miles. Jokic played so hard last year, bro. I know he got in better shape, but you can't play every game these days, and and not have any effects of it.
Sure.
They ask too much of him. Unless Michael Porter Jr. transforms into what people are drafting him as in fantasy, which is a mistake, stay away. Under.
Yeah.
I like the under on this one as well too. Jamal Murray showed he was a big piece of that team, and I don't think they have enough to step up and outperform last year. With
Will Barton ain't enough, man.
With that injury.
I am going to... You just kind of made my point for me. Well, not for me, but you said my point. I think Will Barton... Prior to Will Barton's injury a year or two ago, Jamal Williams was the third or fourth wheel. Will Barton got hurt. Jamal Murray, excuse me. Jamal stepped up and had a hell of a year. I think Will Barton is just as good of a player as Jamal Murray. I'll take the over.
Just as good of a player as what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Weird. He just loves Jokic, dude. He's in bed with Jokic.
I just was talking about Will Barton.
Well, yeah, it's okay. Blazers plus 800.
You were also talking about Jamal Williams, so you're sure you want to go over.
Well, Jamal Williams is not that good of a basketball player.
He probably is. The dreads might get in the way. All right, Blazers plus 800 to win the division. 44.5 minus 115. I have over on the Blazers. As much as it's a concern that Damian Lillard wants to get out of there, I like Nurkic being back healthy. I love CJ. As much as I don't like Covington in fantasy, he's a nice fucking piece. They have some depth there, and they also got Norman Powell, who is a nice wing.
Time
all the time.
Can't show up
Bro.
as many times as he did last year with all the speculation, and then have a better year than last year. This is an under.
Okay,
that's a good point.
This is going to be a 40-game win season.
Under 500, huh?
What's it?
44.5. Not that high.
Yeah, I'm taking over.
Thanks. Damian Lillard.
Thanks.
They didn't hit it last year.
Dame to me is I'll take the MVP candidate.
Thanks.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah.
All right, we got the T-Wolves here. They're plus 10,000 to win the division. That ain't happening. 35.5.
Heavy under.
Heavy
Smack
under.
it down.
Heavy under. They have so many knuckleheads, bro. They have who's the one guy? Not Beasley. He's
like D'Angelo Russell.
Knucklehead.
Under.
Although I love Cat this year. Okay, under.
But you said you wanted your hair like D'Angelo Russell. Podcast. Does he have the ability to do that?
Pod.
I'm gonna bite your fucking finger, son.
So
Thunder!
Now we got the Thunder.
Thunder. Last team, of course, talk about the Thunder here. The thing is, they have the highest odds, the best odds in terms of betting to win their division.
Might as well put $10 on to win whatever.
Yeah, it's plus 50,000, dude. So you put $1 to win 500.
Yeah,
wow,
$10 to win 500.
The number is 23.5, which is crazy. It's actually right around the Magic's number. This for me is an easy over. Easy over. What do you got?
This is it. I'm gonna go over. I don't want to sound. I hate agreeing with Rob Simmons. No one likes that. Not even his own girlfriend.
Look at his hair.
His own. Look at it.
Actually, it's not that bad.
Look at me. I'm beautiful.
Okay.
Shout out, Mom.
What's up, Mom?
She's watching. We have issues.
You need views.
Hopefully, Miss Right.
The Thunder. It's gonna be close. You know, I'm going over, and it's going to be 24, and they're going to scrap to do it. And
oh, I still have to make mine just before you.
Oh, for Mrs. Ryland. Hey, don't run in my chest.
All right,
the people want it.
So we got
the people phoned in.
Hey, thank you. They get this
for views. The people
no,
want.
Stop. What did you put? You put over.
The crystal ball has told us.
You put over, right?
We got over. We got over. I'm going over because I'm going to bet $10 on that 501 to win $5,000 to win the division.
Dude,
because their division is pretty good. But
yeah, I wouldn't.
Why not?
Do that, but.
So I'm going to take. Well, I'm going to take the over. And I'm going to put $5 on to win 5,000.
If you're going to take your shirt off, at least let us give you a tattoo.
No. Okay. Also, real quick, Josh Giddey. I've been talking him up a little bit. All right. No one knows about him. Australian, 19 years old, 6'8". I said he was a mix between Luka
Notice
Doncic.
how Rob's referencing 19-year-olds as he takes his shirt off.
Boys too.
Boys.
At least it's not 16-year-old boys. So he is a mix between Larry Bird and Luka Doncic. This dude is the truth, man. He's gonna be starting at 2 guard, even though he's a point guard. Put SGA off the ball a bit. Love it. They're gonna win 31 games. They're going to be competitive. Darius Baisley. They got some players, dude. They got Il Horford out of there. It's an easy over. And dark horse, dude.
All right.
Dark horse, Giddey, rookie of the year.
You got the rookie of the year with Giddey. You got the MVP with Jason Tatum. And you have... What do you got?
A small penis in Ryland.
No. You have a defensive player. You have upset team of the year. Disappointing team of the year. Like, what's your call?
No, the over of the year that I gave in Rob's bullshit book of knowledge was the Knicks.
You like the Knicks?
Hammer the Knicks.
Over.
Enough said.
Yeah. This is R-Cubed signing off. We had a great time with you guys. And hopefully you'll join us again for some of our fantasy basketball knowledge. I don't know why I'm so angry. Ah!
Are we going to try...